Ready when you are.
Cool. You going live now?
Do you want me to spell my name at the start? Well, you got okay. So, good morning. I'm Chief Superintendent Ian Drummond-Smith. Good afternoon. I'm Chief Superintendent Ian Drummond-Smith from Devon and Cornwall Police. I'm the Police Commander for Cornwall, and it's IAN DRUMMOND-SMITH. At 10:22 this morning at Trevenson Road in Newquay, the police were called to assist bailiffs who were undertaking an eviction process on private land. The bailiffs called the police and requested their help. The police arrived, and during the incident, one of the officers sustained significant injuries, burn injuries from fire. A male was arrested at the scene for attempted murder of a police officer, a 30-year-old male who lives in Newquay. We would like to thank the public on the scene who assisted and for their swift response in assisting the officers there, the fire service and the ambulance service, including Cornwall Air Ambulance, who turned up very quickly to assist us. And I'd personally like to also thank and commend my officers who turned up in great numbers from all around the county very quickly, and without a doubt some of their actions saved the injured officer's life. The injured officer is a Newquay officer. He's a very well-known and very well-respected officer from the town, a 51-year-old male who's been a police officer for 18 years and is a veteran of the British Army. As I said, he has sustained significant injury, but I am pleased to say it's not life-threatening. He is conscious, he's sat up in his hospital bed, and he's talking to us on the telephone. He's in good spirits. The 30-year-old male remains in custody, and an investigation has been launched. Scenes of crime officers have attended the scene together with Cornwall Fire Service Fire Investigation Unit. And as I speak, we'll be interviewing the suspect later on this afternoon and taking the investigation from there. Thank you. Happy to take any questions.
Ian, is it likely to be downgraded to GPH? As much as you said, it's not life-threatening. Is it going to be by the time we come out in the middle of next week?
So at the moment, we are still investigating this as an attempted murder of a police officer. We will see what evidence comes out later, and we'll be asking the CPS to advise us on which charges will be appropriate later today, maybe tomorrow.
Brilliant.
Can you tell us how he got burned?
Yeah, what weapon was used?
So at the moment, because of the ongoing investigation, I can't describe that because of the sub judice.
Can you say if it's chemical or...?
So I can confirm it was fire, and it wasn't chemical, it wasn't a corrosive substance.
Ian, it's not the kind of thing that would usually happen somewhere like Newquay. What's your message to the public at the minute?
It's very unusual for anything like this to happen in Cornwall. We have the lowest crime rate in this county in England and Wales. Police officers do a dangerous job, and we have police officers assaulted regularly in Cornwall, but normally those injuries are minor. It's been a couple of years since I've seen a police officer in Cornwall sustain such significant injuries. It does happen from time to time. What it shows us is the bravery of the police officers up and down the country every day who go to incidents. They deliberately put themselves between harm and the community, and police officers, their bravery shines through all over this country every day, going to incidents just like this. And I think it's just a good chance for us to think about that, to think about what we're asking our police officers to do, and to make sure that we give them the necessary respect and thanks for the really difficult job they do.
You say it was bailiffs. Was he living rough there on the farmer's field?
The gentleman the gentleman had been living there without the permission. My understanding is the gentleman had been living there without the permission of the landowner, and due process had gone through, which resulted in bailiffs attending today. We weren't involved in that process, but the bailiffs required urgent police assistance. They phoned the police this morning, and as a result, officers attended.
Do you know how many officers were involved in today's incident?
So I don't know how many officers were there. I am aware it was a really quick response, and especially this is when you see that the police are all one family that will help each other out. So within minutes, a whole range of officers were there, whether patrol officers, neighbourhood officers, CID officers, detectives, inspectors. Everyone turned out extraordinarily quickly to assist their colleagues. As we always see, we are one big team, and we came together today to provide assistance to the injured officer and to make sure that the male was safely arrested. But also there were members of the public there and the bailiffs there who assisted us, and I'd also like to thank the public and the bailiffs who assisted us today in bringing this to a safe resolution.
You said you were talking about the police officer. Are you going to name him?
So, I'm not naming him yet. I need to speak to the officer about that first. What I will say is his family, so his wife and children, we have picked them up and taken them to hospital to visit him today. So we are putting as much care as we can in around the family. In the weeks and months ahead, we'll be putting as much care as we can in around the officer and the family. There's a whole range of support which we'll offer, and indeed the officers who have been to the scene, we've been looking after their welfare today and diffusing them as well.
Are his injuries? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Don't know the answer to that.
So
I'll find out.
you can't say how he burned.
I can't say at the moment because we're investigating that. So it was from fire, and we're investigating exactly how that happened. It was not any corrosive substance such as acid, for
Was it
example.
explosive device?
No, it wasn't explosive device. No, it was fire.
Do you anticipate the officer to make full recovery and return to work?
Yes, I certainly hope so. So as I said, he sat up in bed. He has a serious injury. He sat up in bed, talking with us. I think he'll be in hospital for a short while for treatment. We're still waiting on the assessment of the injuries and what treatment he may require. And yeah, we certainly hope that he'll be back with us when the time's right for him.
Can you tell us any more about his injuries?
So at the moment, we're waiting for a full assessment from the hospital on those injuries. He has some minor burns around his body and some significant burns in different areas of his body.
Can you tell us which areas? Was his face burned?
So as far as I know, to the best of my knowledge, his face wasn't burned. Thank you all very much indeed. We'll keep you updated once we have a decision in terms of what's happening with the incident, which, as I say, will be as a result of us completing the investigation and speaking to the CPS. That may be later today, this evening, overnight, it might be tomorrow. We will let you know, we'll give you that update, and obviously that will also give you access to the call system if you're in charge in this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So he's not been named yet.